We can always dwell on that one issue in the book that people try to bring up that's negative about violence. As I have explained, that's not what I was trying to do. And that certainly keeps people from understanding the rest of the book, which is calling on us as black women to bring some of that backboning strength that we have, some of that monumental dedication to the black family back to making a family. A family is more than a woman and children. A family is a father and a mother and children.
You cannot deny, however, that there are many black women who have decided for whatever reason to go it alone and are successful in raising children who are not
No,
on
they're not
drugs.
successful.
Yes, wait. Let me just make my point now. Who are
child-
sending their children to college,
That's not
who run a good
success.
home.
I keep trying to explain that. Feeding and clothing and raising a child and making sure it's not on drugs and it goes to college, that doesn't guarantee that child any emotional success in their relationships in life. That just means they may be able to get a job. See, we have to look at even what the success standard is that we're talking about. That's not necessarily success. That doesn't guarantee us success. If we can raise up an emotionally stable child, one who knows how to carry on our black nation, who knows how to be a good mother and still perhaps contribute to the outside community, if we can raise up fathers who take responsibility for their children and who know that their presence in the home is a needed one if we are to survive, there are a lot of other things more important than us just getting a college education and a job. That does not guarantee the success of a nation. That guarantees a personal financial success, which is not the only thing that we need to revive our black nation.
Let's talk about the future just briefly. What's up next for you?
The video, The Black Man's Guide on Tour, which is coming out March the 20th. And hopefully by Christmas we'll have it completed. I'm working on a prototype of the Shahrazad doll. And the Shahrazad doll is going to be a little doll with a little lady with a little crown on. And she'll be holding a little black man's guide. And when you punch her on top of the crown, she'll give you a positive message. I love that. When I thought of that, I sat straight up in the bed. But she's going to do that, and I've been asked to come into the elementary schools more now. And so I'm starting to, as I said, if I could work every day of the year, there's a request for me to come out and talk to our people because they want some relief and they want some explanation. And most of our people are intelligent enough to know that just because of the popularity of this book, you know, our educational class has failed us because all of them together have never been able to bring one agenda to the forefront of our nation where all of the people are dealing with it, like this book has. The Black Man's Guide has succeeded in doing that. Our people are dealing with this all across the country, and it's becoming a crossover book. The white man says it's starting to help him with the white woman. So they're going to be in trouble too. It's not just us anymore.
You will be going to Africa very soon.
Hopefully, Nelson Mandela called me and he invited me to come there to Johannesburg. He says that they have a similar problem with the black women in South Africa and that many of them try to marry into the white race because they think it provides them with better benefits than staying with their men who are suppressed, you know, under the apartheid system. And I have been invited to London, of course, where the book is becoming a bestseller. I've even been invited to Ireland. They don't even have no black people there, but they say they want me to come over there and talk to the white woman. You know, I mean, I haven't been, this is a global project now. I just can't go everywhere. I don't have the energy all the time, and I can't keep dragging my children and my own husband, you know, he's got some things he's doing that I, you know, have to work with him on. And so, but I try to, who I want to work with actually is the black woman and the black man here in America where I live. That's where I'm really doing my major work. And if I go anyplace else, it'll probably just be live remote television, you know, to someplace else, but I don't know if I'm going to really have the time to travel to those other places.
Did you know when you wrote this book that it would take off like this?
I suspected it would. It's new information. We've never had it. This is brand new information, and no matter what anybody else ever writes about relationships, this is going to be the standard by which it will be judged.
I want to talk just a moment about something that I saw recently on television. Everybody has taken the opportunity to make their poke at you.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see, by chance, the skit that was done on In Living Color?
Yes, I saw.
What did you think about that?
Well, you know, the phone started ringing off the hook. People were calling me from all over the country to tell me, did you see Living Color? And nobody knew how to react. you know, because they didn't know what my reaction would be, and they didn't know if I was going to go off, you know. I can walk around with a loaded gun sometimes, so they didn't know, you know, if it was going to be, you know. So I thought that was hysterical. That was the funniest thing I have ever seen, and it was a compliment because they could not have done that and been successful if they hadn't assumed that everyone, first of all, knew who I was familiar with the book. So, you know, that was excellent penetration, I felt, of the media. I had reached some goals. And I called him to thank him and told him that I wasn't angry. He wasn't sure if I was or not, but I just thanked him and I sent him an autographed copy of the book. That's all I did. But I thought they had me down pat, I have to say.
Even your family thought so?
Yeah, my son said, Mama, it was just like you. So we taped it, you know, and we have, it's been on a couple of times since they aired it because of demand. And we have it at home, and it's certainly one that we get out a lot of times when company comes if they didn't see it, and we play it because it was so funny. But it was just a takeoff, and so many people have been able to earn money. You know, this book has put the black bookstore on the map. It has allowed a lot of black bookstores to open up other branches of their bookstores. A lot of people have testified that they have bought cars, put their children into the first year of college just with one book. You know, we can't ignore the economic base that this book has put into the black community. The first 6 months it was out, I only allowed it to be sold in black bookstores. But then as I did more national television shows, we didn't have enough bookstores to carry it that were in the mainstream of cities, and so I started allowing B. Dalton and Walden and Encore and all of the other chains to carry it. But it has done a great deal for the black community in regard to being an economic base. And I would think black people would be happy to have something else to sell other than Avon and Tupperware. Since those are not our products, you know.
Let's just briefly, we're just about out of time, but I would like you to leave us here in Tallahassee, Florida, and the surrounding areas, the surrounding counties that can watch this program. What are some words of advice or wisdom or according to Shahrazad Ali?
Just the only wisdom that I can leave you is the information that's already recorded in most of our holy books, and that's that God made the man and woman to be together in unity. And so it is impossible for us as black women to attend church and say that we love and worship God when we disrespect our own man, who is in the image of God, because God is a man. And our men may be the closest representative of that kind of masculinity of God that we ever meet. And that we should stop using our children to punish our men. We should stop disrespecting our men in front of our children. Sometimes we talk badly about them. It makes the child get a different idea about the father just because of our personal relationship. And that we should start trying to be a little bit more patient, tolerant, and courteous. And those are some attributes that we have kind of gotten away from because we're on this speed thing of trying to make a living. And as I said, I'm not saying that he's right, but if we become better women, he's got to become a better man.
Shahrazad Ali, thank you so much. This has been a very interesting
this. I know your people are going to love this. Nobody ever gets to hear me talk this much. All right.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Vibration.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
That's our show for this week. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.